right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is like pulling teeth. I got Mrs. Slam on the podcast. Make sure you're talking to the mic, babe.
I am.
Got Mrs. Slam on the podcast to get like a casual mixed martial arts viewer's opinion on some of these fights and some of the things that went down, because it was pretty eventful and crazy. So this is going to be fun. Let's not waste any time. We're actually drinking some beer right now. This is beer called Tropical Bitch. Not even kidding. Pretty good. Anyway, okay, babe. Anthony Smith versus I think he's from Australia, the Jimmy Crute guy. Was that kind of weird how his leg went dead? What did you think? Was that...
It was extremely weird. At first, I thought I thought his foot broke, truthfully, because it just twisted really bad. Mm-hmm. It just looked like his leg looked like rubber, like rubberish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, but do you think you know how they stopped the fight and it made him like walk forward and he couldn't walk forward or back or whatever? But do you think they should let him continue to get like stop, or were you good with like them ending it?
I was good with them ending it. I mean, if I was in the doctor's position, I probably would have done the same thing. It wouldn't have been a fair fight. He's handicapped, pretty much. He looked handicapped and he couldn't walk properly. And it just, I think it was fair. They stopped it. Mm-hmm. Fair stoppage.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate. So like, if you got a guy, let's say it's me, right? And I'm like, I know my leg is messed up and I still want to fight. Like, I'm a grown adult and I'm a grown man. I'm a professional fighter, and I'd rather go out on my shield and get knocked out and finish, do you see like that perspective, or do you still think that it's for his own good they should have stopped it?
I understand that perspective. I understand the fighter's perspective and having heart to want to continue fighting and not wanting to go out like that. However, I think it was a fair stoppage, and for that fighter's own good. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a safety thing. Again, it's like you're handicapped once you can't even use one part of your body properly to fight. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely, it was a fair stoppage, like I said.
So you think for the health and safety of Jimmy Crute, it was good that the ref stopped there, or the doctor?
I agreed with that. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are gonna agree with you. I have a different opinion. I think that maybe because I have a more savage mentality, I feel like, let me get finished. Like, I go through all that training camp and money and all that stuff and hoops, and let me at least go out on my shield and get finished. I feel like as an adult, he wanted to go out there as a grown man, take the risk that his leg was messed up and get finished. But I do get your point as well. I think most people will probably agree with you, to be honest.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's the mixed martial arts. It's already, dangerous with all the different skill sets that these guys have, or women, also women that are participating in the competition. Mm-hmm. Like, we also, I mean, me as a fan or just watching, mm-hmm. I don't want to see somebody brutalized, either.
We do.
No. So already it's like that. It just looks so painful, and just watching it, I just wouldn't want to see someone like continue like that.
Yeah, it was kind of funny looking. It was just weird. I didn't know what was going on. It was so strange looking. Like, what the hell's wrong with his foot?
Yeah, it looked weird, for sure.
Okay, all right. Moving on. This one was bad. This is horrific. Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. I think that was the first strike in the fight. Try to go for like a low kick on Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall blocked and checked it perfectly, and Weidman's leg snaps in half.
That was brutal to watch. My heart stopped. I was just like, holy shit, like, fuck. Yeah, like, his leg.
I know. That was just fucking insane. But, see, and Mrs. Slam didn't know this. I informed her that way back in the day, Chris Weidman checked the kick from Anderson Silva, and his leg snapped the same way. So the MMA gods have a screwed up sense of humor.
Yeah, I didn't know. Actually, this is my first time actually watching a main event where I saw a leg get broken like that. Yeah. I've never seen that before, so it was like a shocker for me.
It's not a common thing. It's like very, very rare that happens, but you definitely could snap your leg if somebody checks the kick properly. Like Uriah Hall is a very seasoned kickboxer, a seasoned striker, so like that's nothing to him. It's like muscle memory, reflexes. He checked it perfectly, and that's the risk when you throw a low kick like that, you know, like about knee height. I don't think a lot of guys are going to be throwing them. No. Although, we'll get to this. Masvidal was throwing them out the gate.
He was.
That dude's a savage, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, Chris Weidman, very sad. He's going to go through rehab probably for like, I don't even know. I'm not a doctor. 6 months at least.
I think at least 6 months.
Yeah. The last we saw, brutal. The last we saw, he was out of surgery. It was successful. He put like a thumbs up. So, you know, much respect to Chris Weidman. Hopefully he recovers pretty much 100%, you know. Absolutely brutal. Uriah Hall he felt so bad.
He definitely felt bad. And I mean, nobody wants that to happen to their opponent. So, and also the fight just started. He didn't even get to land anything, throw anything. It was just, you know, you train so hard for the event, for a fight, and no one wants a fight to go out like that. So
right, yeah, that was just crazy, man. You know, I would think they're gonna rematch eventually if Chris comes back, which I'm sure he will because he got a lot of heart. But
yeah,
moving on, this was the most solid pick for me out of the 3 title fights. Like, I was so confident that Valentina Shevchenko was gonna dominate Jessica Andrade. Wow. What did you think about that?
Badass. She's phenomenal. She's phenomenal to watch. I haven't had the privilege of seeing many of her fights, but the fights that I've seen her in, like, wow. Overall, she's just phenomenal, and she dominated.
Jessica.
She dominated Jessica in her own game and what she's strong at.
Where the people thought she was going to beat her at.
It was amazing. It was just her whole everything. Her technique, everything was just amazing.
Her interviews after was crazy. Like, she was saying that, you know, in her accent, like, I know you're looking for weakness. There is none. There is none. Don't worry. Like,
I believe her too.
No, she's good everywhere. Like, striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like, that was the most lock win for me. Like, that didn't shock me one bit. It was just utter domination. Craziness.
I really respect her. I think she's just definitely a role model for women.
For sure,
she's all around classy, strong. She has everything.
She speaks like 50 languages.
She's smart, and she's just fucking badass. Like, yeah.
She's a Russian ninja assassin. Yeah. Seriously. I don't even know what else needs to be said about that. Just Valentina is just badass. Like, I will say this, regardless of gender, she might be the most skilled, well-rounded fighter in the UFC. That includes John Jones. That includes everybody. Like pound for pound, who's better than Valentina Shevchenko skill-wise?
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Agree.
Okay, moving on. This was a shocker. Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. How shocked were you when you saw that head kick?
I was like, wow. Definitely a shocker for me. I like Rose a lot. I actually thought Weili was gonna take it. I thought Weili has more power. But she shocked me. And
I was reading some of the comments. Some people think that the vibe, the negative energy going towards Weili, like the booze, like got to her. Do you think like that got to her?
It's possible. It's possible.
Like, no excuses, but
no excuses. But it's possible that the energy wasn't there for her. There was a lot of negative energy towards her. She got booed by, I felt like the whole stadium was booing her, which was kind of sad. But but Rose got her fair and square. I mean, it was got her with a really good shot, head kick to the head, and she won. And kudos to Rose. You know, she worked her way up, and she won the belt, and fair and square, and kudos to her.
Yeah, I mean, that fight, I thought I was pretty confident that Weili Zhang was going to win. I just thought she was like too well-rounded, too strong, just too good for Rose, and wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Thug Rose kind of shocked the world. I don't know if she was an underdog, but
she was so focused. I actually thought she was nervous coming in. I thought Weili seemed to more calm, but maybe like the vibe that she got from the stadium, maybe that got to her. I just thought she was just caught off guard.
Yeah.
She didn't see it coming. I didn't even, like, no one saw that coming. That just like came out of nowhere. Yeah. And Rose already, I felt like she just had a plan, and she went with it, and it worked for her.
I think I gotta rewatch it. I think it was a lead leg high kick, and Wonder Boy throws those. Like, they're kind of difficult to like land, and there's not like a lot of power behind them. But where she landed it, like Weili's hands were up. She threw it like right in between her fists, and cracked her right on the chin. Like, it was like perfect. It was the perfect, and she was so mad at the stoppage. I mean, I don't have an issue with that stoppage. I felt like she was done.
Yeah, she was done. There was no more. I mean, she wasn't gonna get up right away to try to defend herself. She was already down, and Rose was not gonna even let her try to get up. So she was just right on top of her, making sure she was gonna finish her, and it was a fair stoppage.
Yeah, she was just beating her on the side of her head. She was just done. But props to Thug Rose, two-time champ. I feel like she cemented her legacy as one of the greatest women fighters of all time. Definitely. So I'm looking forward to her next fight. I know they brought up Joanna Jędrzejczyk for a third fight. I'm not really too excited about it because she got beat twice by Rose. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on to the final main event, which was a damn shame. And for the record, I say damn shame because I'm going to be transparent. My heart was with Masvidal. Head was with Usman. I did think Usman was going to win by decision. I thought it was like 60-40. Like, I thought Mas was going to put up a great fight. And I did not see a brutal knockout like that from Usman to Masvidal.
Shocking.
Yeah, what did you think went wrong from like a casual fan? What did you see?
I saw Jorge being a little too cocky and not taking Usman too seriously with his punches, his jabs. I really thought that he felt he can take him because Usman was catching with jabs and he ate him, but he ate him and he felt like that's all he had, and he got caught off guard being too cocky, and he felt his power. He felt his power.
That was crazy. I have to say that, like, that punch was one of the cleanest punches, knockouts I ever seen in MMA. Like it was like if there was an X on a heavy bag and you just punch it full force. It landed like right on the button, full power. Like, who's gonna recover from that? And then like Masvidal, when he went down, to his credit, he wasn't limp like a crash dummy yet. He still was kind of on his side, like moving his arms, and he got pounded on. Yeah. How tough is that guy's chin?
Definitely.
And a little bit after, he's getting up doing an interview.
Yep.
Savage,
he
man.
He definitely can take punches, and he didn't even look when he got up.
Cut on his nose.
Yeah. But Usman got him. And I think we spoke on this. The first round was definitely showing that Jorge had potential to win.
Yeah, definitely. The first round, I felt like he was doing all the right things. He was being somewhat difficult to take down, and when he did get taken down, he was getting back up, and he was making Usman work. And correct me if I'm wrong, But by the end of that first round, did you see Usman striking a little slower and a little labored?
Yeah, he definitely was. He definitely was breathing harder. He slowed down his pace, and he definitely got worked by Jorge. Jorge gave him,
gave him a challenge. In the first round.
He definitely got challenged that first round, and unfortunately, it didn't go that way the second round. And it was disappointing because I really thought it would go the 5 rounds. I really thought it would actually go the 5 rounds. And my heart was also with Jorge. And no knock to Usman. He's amazing at what he does. Yep. And obviously he he's definitely, he's the champ.
He really is a problem.
He is a problem, and he's proven that he is. And
put some respect on my name.
Let's see.
Wow, guys, we're not making excuses for Jorge. We're just saying, I wanted to see the underdog pull it off, the Rocky story, because he could have won. I think Jorge has the skill, and he's dangerous enough that it's possible he could have beat Usman, but that was it's a tough fight for him in general. The style matchup, but I feel like he was, again, doing the right things in the first round. I feel like he got overconfident.
He did,
and
definitely.
From my perspective, what I saw Jorge doing, I felt like he was trying to have Usman get into a firefight with him, and I felt like he was so confident in his stand-up, he felt like he was gonna counter Usman and catch him in the exchanges, but he miscalculated because he threw a counter, I think it was a left hook, and Usman just threw a straight right punch, full force down the middle, and it beat his hook.
Yep.
It was a perfectly timed place punch. And now I'm going to give Usman credit and props because I don't want to take away from his win. Yeah. This man improves every fight. This man went from a dominant wrestler to now a guy that's a dangerous striker on top of wrestling. So what are you going to do against that man? And he could take a shot. You know what I mean? Who's beating Usman?
Right now, I don't know.
Kobe's in a fight. I think Kobe gets his jaw broken again.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he gets beat again. Now, granted, Kobe put up a great fight. Kobe acts like a jerk, but you cannot deny the guy. That dude could fight.
He could fight. Agreed.
That dude could fight. So he's next in line. I do think it'll be another great fight, but I got Usman again.
Yeah, I did too.
I got Usman again. And as far as Jorge, who takes a loss better than that guy? I mean, he didn't look down. He didn't look affected. He was he didn't make no excuses at all. And he took the loss like a man. And I feel like he maintained his fans and gained some in that loss.
Agree.
I love Jorge. That's just me. I love his personality. He's a funny dude. He's entertaining.
He's great for the sport. He's entertaining. And he is a great fighter.
He is.
Regardless, he is a great fighter. He's been doing it for 16 years?
Forever.
For a long time.
50 fights or something like that.
Yeah. And you could tell that's what he loves to do, and that's that's who he is.
I don't think he should retire, but I think let's say if he gets brutally knocked out again in the next fight, I think yes, because that's uncommon for him. This is his, I think, first or his second loss via strikes in his whole career.
Right.
I mean, that says a lot.
It does.
He's 36. Everybody ages differently. Some guys, look at Romero, still going strong at 42, 43. Hasn't slowed down to me. But if he loses his next fight badly, then I would like to see Jorge walk away. There's nothing left to prove. Millionaire, made money, built huge fan base, made a name out there, what I mean, in the fight game. And he could probably branch off to Hollywood.
Yeah.
He got a lot of character and personality, and as far as Usman, man, they're talking about, I don't think he's the greatest of all time yet. I think, people are kind of crazy for saying that, but there's an argument that he's the greatest welterweight of all time. I don't think he's there yet. I still put GSP ahead of him. I have my reasons, but I think he's not done. And by the time he's done, he very well may be the greatest overall and the greatest welterweight of all time.
Right.
That man's a monster. He's a beast, man. He really grew on me. I didn't even care for Usman before. I was like, like he kind of would annoy me, but he's kind of low-key funny.
Yes.
With his sarcasm and his deadpan humor, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, just a crazy ending. Closing note, as far as back to Jorge, who his next fight should be. Nick Diaz was in attendance. Dana talked to Nick Diaz. How about we get Jorge Masvidal versus Nick Diaz to try to avenge his younger brother Nate?
Yeah,
that's a storyline. And to me, Nick is a better version of Nate.
Yeah.
He's a bigger, better version. So I still would take Jorge in that fight, though, but that's me.
Me too.
Yep. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this short, quick recap with Mrs. Slam. Got her on the podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let us know what you guys thought about the fights. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you, guys. And ladies.